Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Tuan Syara binti Abu Bakar and my metric number is CE190222. Today I will answer question 7.1.1. Here, this is the diagram of the question. And this is the truth table of the question. There is 2 input and 1 output. We put the input based on the truth table. Firstly is off, and the output is on. Next, off and on. The output is off. The third is on and off. Also the output is off, and finally is on, and X1 is also on. So when the X0 and X1 is on, the output will be off.
Hi, my name is Deswita. I'm on machine C190240. We are from session 8 group 11, and today I will present about the question 7.1.2 and also 7.1.3. So now, as we can see the diagram, the figure, which is we got 5 input, S1, S2, S3, S4, and S5. And also we got 2 output, which is Y0 and Y1. Next, we can see the truth table for our this figure 7.1.2. So from the observation, we can assume that when S1 input and the S3 input have a 0 input, it will definitely 0 output for the Y0 and also Y1. Hi, now I'm going to do the simulation of the question 7.1.2. So this is our network diagram with network 1 and network 2. Okay, now we run the PLC. Since already run, we can put the output S1 is on and S2 also is on. Then we can get the Y0 output. And also for the network 2, put the output, and also we can get a Y1 equals to 1 also as well. So this is a 1 output in the truth table of 7.1.2, one of the example lah. And also just what I say in the slide, when we turn off the S1 input, which is 0 value, and also for the S3, and also it will definitely become the 0 output for the Y0 and Y1. So that's all for the simulation of the figures 7.1.2. Thank you. Next, we can see the 7.1.3. This is our figure 7.1.3. We got 7 input and 3 output. Next, we can see the truth table. This is our truth table for the 7.1.3. So in the conclusion, we can observe that the combination of the S3 and S5 output, it will define the output of Y0 and Y1, which is S3. The combination of the S3 and S5 is OR gate. Each of us, for the example, if each of us S3 is 1 and the S5 is 0, it also become the output to the Y0 and Y1 also become to 1. Okay, now is for the question 7.1.3. So this is the diagram of the 7.1.3, which is network 1 and network 2. So for the simulation, as we can see, when we input x1 in the on condition, okay, then it will activate the circuit. Now we can see the S3 and the S5. If one of them is 1 or 0, it will become OR gate, and then they just have a same output value to the Y0 and also Y1. For example, we set this one on. Yeah, the S3 is on, and this one is not yet S5. So we put off, and also it will become 1 1 here and become 1. But if we turn to on, which means it's 0 right here around, so it will become 1 plus 0 equals to 1, but still to the same output because they are same, they are connected in series. So the y0 and the y1, it will become have a 1 value. And also is for the NEC 2, so for the network 2 is x6 and x7 as an input and y2 is an output. So this is very simple, just we define the s6 become the off situation, and you can't have a y2 output. So that's all for the simulation of 7.1.3. Thank you.
Okay, assalamualaikum and hi. Next, I want to do the simulation by using this ISP software. Okay, now here is the ladder diagram of question 7.1.4. Okay, if now we want to run the simulation when x1 I give it 1, which is forced to on. For this I give it off, and for x3 I will give the force is on. So now the output y0 is on. So if I give here off, force off, so here at x6 I give it force on, so the output also will be on. Now when I give x7 force on, it will be the output y0 is also on. When I off this force, when I take it force off at x6, now the output also on, output y0 also on. Now if I go here x3, I give it force off, so the output will be off. When I go here, X1, I go for force on. X6, I go for force on. And X4, also I give force on. The output will be off. Output Y0 will be off. Okay. Okay, here we can assume when we force off the X3 input, the Y0 output will be 0, which is off. And even we go for force on to X1, X2, X4, X5, X6, X7, X10, here the output Y0 will remain 0, which is off. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Vinny. Now I will proceed to the question 7.2. What will happen is the user did not click on online mode when executing the program. So actually, if we didn't click online mode when executing the program, it will keep it in the offline mode. This cause the program will only be available for us to edit. Online mode is for the program to connect to PLC and enter monitoring mode. By clicking the online mode, the editor will become read only. Then we are only able to simulate the action. So that's all from my part. Thank you.
Hi, now for the question 7.3. So is modify the figure from question 7.1.3 so that let Y0 or Y1 will always on. So in conclusion is the output of S3 and S5 will become all get on already. And we just need to keep the S1 input always on and let the one of input S3 and S5 become on. So the Y0 and Y1 will always on. So that's all for the 7.3. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Mansura binti Abu Bakar and my metric number is CE10222. I will talk about discussion about this lab. This lab gives us an introduction to PLC programming using ISP software and COM-GR. By using ISP software, we can get the output of Y0 directly and we can compare the result with the theory. And lastly, this instruction can be directly deduced from ladder logic diagrams and insert into the PLC program using a programming terminal. That's all from me and thank you.